I did fix the spelling, though, by the way. Just so you know. Is this everybody for junior advisor? We're still short.
We're still waiting. Yeah, like
Okay.
7 minutes.
Okay, about that, hang on. So that is actually, that's a scholarship. You go to schools, you go for whatever degree you want to get. You want to go underwater basket weaving, veterinary science, whatever you want to do with your degree, that's your education, that's not your education. So, legitimately, it is a check that we're giving to you, but it has to be applied to school.
How do you get that?
You apply for it online. It's really simple. I'll talk more about that, but there's two separate things that I'll talk about as far as today's presentation. One's going to be college, scholarship type stuff, career planning, and then the other side of that will be recruiting. You'll have your recruiting target walk in at home, return recruiter walks in. So I'm going to try to avoid that. That's for scholarship. That's for scholarship. You taking that back in? What kind of doing that? Okay. If you qualify for nuclear science, so high math, high science, our course. Well, we can, I mean, you can come in, we can sit there, we can talk about that, but we get you score. So you score well enough to qualify for nuclear engineering, things like that, we will get a good check. Like, they give you, I think it's $111,000, and half of that is upfront.
What if you go to
And that's for you. Okay, so half of that you're going to get, that's big. Half of that you get as soon as you graduate from your nuclear power school. Okay, so you graduate your nuclear power school, they cut you $60,000 check. Boom, done. You're on 6 years, you're on a 6-year contract on your anniversary. So you join today, 16th next year, you get 1/6 of that $60,000. Here's another $10,000 check. 1 year later, here's another $10,000 check. 1 year later, here's another $10,000 check. Exactly. So a nuclear program would be 6 years long. Different program. So nuclear power, what you would do, the program is you would go to boot camp. You get to boot camp. You guys are welcome to grab some chairs. I know I'm scary, but you can camp out in front up here, grab the chairs, and have a seat, guys. See, that works too. All right, you want to camp on the floor, camp on the floor. All right, so for nuclear engineering programs, what you would do is you would go to boot camp, you sign up to go to boot camp. After boot camp, you go directly to a nuclear power school. So you're going to do nuclear engineering, nuclear physics, nuclear electronics. Once you come out of that school, that's when you get your college. Yeah, that's when you go to what's called med school. So you would go to Nimitz class, power plant school, or this one really we're starting to come into submarines. You could go to a submarine power plant school and learn how to work on a submarine power plant. Okay. 6-year contract. Here's where the real money comes in, though, right? Everybody said 10 grand every year until that 6-year mark. All right, now you're fully qualified. You've got 6 years of experience on nuclear power plants. You know how to follow orders. You've been in a situation where you've worked through Navy or the national safety. So OSHA, you know how to work all those instructions, right? At this point, you got some seniority. You show up to a nuclear power plant, and they're like, man, you're well qualified. Your application goes right to the top. They're offering you $120,000, $140,000, $160,000 a year in salary, right? You didn't pay for any of your training. You're done. So the Navy says, we don't want to train somebody for 6 years and lose them to the civilian world. Check it out. We're going to keep you at the news are making because you're going to get extra pay for different programs. You guys are making like $72,000 a year. Okay, pretty run-of-the-mill, right close. It's nuclear physics, but it's not a huge patient, right? So like, check it out. To be competitive with that civilian market, we're going to give you a $160,000 bonus. Same thing. Half it up front. 1 year later, there's another check. 1 year later, there's another check. 1 year later, there's another check. Okay, that's how we're competing with civilian world because we're going to train you to be nuclear power plants. So that's how we're they're definitely going to dangle that carrot out there. They get a little extra money here and there. You listen to
Yeah.
all right. You said money, so that's what we're talking about. All right, so we have everybody? Pretty close? All right, we'll deal with drivers. All right. Who knows what they want to be when they grow up? Give me a hand. Anybody? All right. Man, trying to figure out how I would approach that. Genetics. We're not quite there yet. Not quite. Close. Video game creator. Okay. What else? Seriously, I need ideas because I have to figure out what I want to do when I grow up.
Really? Well, that's sad.
I just never want to grow up. I just want to dance around. You want to be marine? I don't know what I want to do. Neurosurgeon. Fantastic. See, money, right there. That's where it is. Zoologist. Zoologist? Radiologist. Radiologist. All right, so, short of being a marine, being a cat, and it's zoology. Yeah. Those are going to be tough for me to point anything out for. I apologize. I could even get choked down making you a marine, but. All right, so career paths, right? How do you pay for school? Okay, you're looking at $300,000 to $400,000 in school, right? Easily. Okay, so get nothing. How do you pay for school?
Well, scholarship and
Okay, so you're going to be working full time, trying to go to school, right? Okay. Zoology, cat. All right. You said cat? Well, you get a cat when she grows up. Get a cat. Okay, I didn't miss something. That's an acronym for something, right?
No.
Like meow, like cat.
Yeah, like
Okay.
cat, meow.
Can't help you out. Can't help you out on that. All right. So, last presentation I picked on Trinity, so we'll pick on you this time. You sat. You sat. So that's free game. All right. So, coming out of high school, no major qualifications, right? You got a high school diploma. Fine. Right? All right. So, you go out on the civilian market. Minimum wage right now is $8.95. Okay, that's pumping gas down a shelf. Okay? Everybody knows somebody, right? Who's got an uncle that's going to get him a job? Okay?
Oh, I do, actually.
As a cat?
I wish, but no.
Okay. That's kind of weird. You know what? I'm going to attack that one. Let's say you want to be a cat. We'll put you in advertising, right? Get you in a Norwegian cat costume, you run around for a minute, you know. All right. All right, so check it out. So everyone's got an uncle, knows somebody, gonna get you a job at Les Schwab Bucking Fires. Gonna get you a job down at Maurice's dressed up as a cat. Make $10 an hour, right? Make sense? So, because everyone's got a friend. So we'll make this easy. $10 an hour, let's say you're working a 40-hour week. Doesn't leave a lot of meat on the bone. Go to school, right? You come home, you're tired. I work 45, 48, sometimes 60 hours a week. By the time I get home, this is about all the momentum that I have by the time I get home. I don't want to go to school. All right, that's a bachelor's degree. Knowing what a master's degree would do for me. This is about as much as I can offer. So, 40 hours a week, making $1,600 a month. Okay? Uncle Sam's going to get his cut. These are 2012 numbers. Okay? These aren't just numbers that I pulled out of thin air. These are actually right off of the IRS website. Rent in this area, about $550. If you split that with a roommate, you're going to get a little bit more in pocket. Utilities, $350, about the same thing. Split it. IRS says we should be spending $11 in close a month. Again, working at Maurice's, you're probably going to spend a little more than that. Food, $300 a month. Okay, that's top ramen and mac and cheese. And that's good. Okay, car, because everyone's going to have a car, right? Right. There's bus stops. Bus stops. So $200 a month for your car. Okay, let's say you got, I'm going to go Italian and say Fiat, but let's say you got a Gremlin. Right, you got a Volkswagen Raptor. You got something just off the bottom line, point A to point B, right? Gas is going to be about $40 a month. Insurance is going to be about $70 a month. If you wreck your car, you're done. Okay, that's not full coverage. That's if I hit somebody, I'm going to replace their car. Okay, so now you're looking at another car. All right, the total bill is about $1,600 a month. How much does that leave you for play money? $0. All right, bad situation. $500,000, where are you gonna get that for school?
I'm getting a scholarship.
Okay, and who's your scholarship? Who's your scholarship?
It's one of the main programs.
Fantastic. So academics, that is a fantastic opportunity. I would never recover your money. Anyone that tells me they got something like that?
You have to pay for it first, like you have to pay for what you're getting, and then they'll just reimburse you.
So kind of academic, so it's paid in arrears, so you get an A, they pay for your grades essentially. That's a good deal. All right, so let's look at the opposite side of this, which is definitely on the inside of the board. All right, so military, armed forces. Yes, this counts for the ranks. All right, so starting salary at E2, which is your second pay grade, which is about 9 months to your first promotion. Okay, who's currently working a job? Anybody? I know it's a little bit younger group. How long have you guys been working? One more time? About a year? How long have you been working?
About 4 years.
About 4 years? About 9 months. Okay. How many promotions have you guys had? In a year? 4 years? 4 years, you're pretty young. You working for family? Boston, Paris.
Paris.
Paris. Well, I've been working 4 years. You're a little bit younger. You working for family?
Yep.
Okay, and then you had a pay raise in the last 4 years.
In theory, yes.
In theory. All right, so even working for family,
Hey.
no pay raises, right? All right, 9 months, guaranteed pay raise. Guaranteed pay raise. Unless you do something stupid, guaranteed pay raise. 9 months later, guaranteed pay raise. That's nothing stupid. Disobeying an order. Not coming to work on time. Getting written up. You know, those types of things. You do something that you know you're not supposed to do, you get in trouble. You get knocked back in rank, right? So, 9 months, you get a promotion. Guaranteed. 9 months later, promotion, guaranteed. 9 months later, you take a test. You pass the test, your evaluations are good, so your evaluation, so your grade essentially within your job. You pass the test, you do well, you get another promotion. Okay? Better than that, I'm sure you know what your family's making, right? Yeah.
Well, actually, no, because
No?
I don't affiliate myself with that.
Okay. The other jobs. You guys know what your boss is making? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be really nice? You're like, man, I make more money than you do. Well, why not listen to you, right? Okay. Navy pay is laid out in a chart format. If you've been in for this many years and you've achieved this rank, you're making this, period. So you know what your neighbor's making. You know what your friends are making. You know, you start working a car deal with somebody, and they're like, oh man, I'm totally broke. You're like, no, I still want full price for my car, right? It's an association where you actually have a lot of say. You understand what's going on. All right. So E2, first pay raise, 9 months after you join, $1,700 a month, right? You're getting $1,700 if you work 20 hours a week. You give a Memorial Day off, right? Guaranteed. Maurice didn't give a Memorial Day off. I'm sorry, that's a big sale day. Just saying. Get that day off. All federal holidays, you get off. Okay? 30 days paid vacation every year. So it doesn't matter if you work 20 hours a week or if you work extra hours, you work 50 hours a week. You're on salary. Okay? $1,700 a month. Uncle Sam's still gonna get his, the trunk's gonna be a little bit bigger. Here's where the big differences are. Rent, 0. Utilities, 0. Clothing, they're gonna give you a clothing allowance. I get $600 a year for clothes. Every year. That's for uniforms. I don't go through $600 a year in uniforms. So, pay for my clothes. Food. I get $262 a month to feed myself for food. That's on top of this salary. So that's $1,700 really if you're playing money. Now let's plug in the same numbers. Your car, insurance. At this point you probably afford a little bit better car. Med insurance, life insurance. And those are paid out of your paycheck for a total of about $647. It leaves you a little over $1,000 per month. Okay? If you don't have a scholarship like you got worked out, which is an amazing deal, that's awesome. I love that. I like hearing that there are programs out there to help people out, so that makes me feel good.
At OIT, there's programs that for radiation or study of a heart or anything like that. If you get into a program and they still give you a job no matter what, if you go through with it.
That's part of the teaching school and all that with calculated, right? That's a good deal too. It's a fantastic deal. All right, so at the end of the day, or the end of the month, you still have this to work with, right? That's money for you. That's money to go out to eat. That's money for girlfriend, boyfriend, hang out, extra clothes, fancy things that you want, right? Let's say you don't want to put any of that money towards your tuition, towards your college. We're going to give you additional money on top of that. Bachelor's level classes, we're going to give you $427 for 16 classes every year. And master's level classes, we're going to give you $607 for 12 classes every year. All right? That's going to pay your tuition. So out of this, you're paying for your books. My bachelor's degree cost me $3,500 start to finish. And that was just for my books. Okay? 4 years of college, I paid $3,500. It's a really good deal. Okay, on top of that, 100% medical insurance. Okay, not insurance like you go up to the hospital with a broken leg. Your insurance covers 75, 80, even 90% of it. You're still stuck with a $200 bill. Okay, for myself and my family. My son gets sick. Choke him. 10 years old. Comes in, got a bellyache. Like, uh-oh, what's going on? 2 days later, still got a bellyache. Starts to move over here. He's doubled up in pain, crying. Uh-oh. Now what's going on? I'm thinking appendicitis. I'm thinking something pretty major, right? Walk into the hospital, walk to the doctor, fix him. Right? Okay? That's a pretty hefty bill. For finding out 5 days later that there's a spoiled bottle of mayonnaise in his room that he's been eating for 4 days. It's about a $900 bill. Comes in the mail. And the insurance company. And I'm done. Okay? For something as simple and stupid as that, it's something that you don't want to have to worry about. You really don't. So you do have 100% medical insurance for yourself and really, really good medical insurance for your family. Dental, I'm not happy with the Navy dental. And me being upfront and honest with you guys, the dental program is not the greatest. They pay about 60% at most. It's still, decent dental coverage, but it's not a really good. So you end up coming out of pocket for family for dental. Yours is covered 100%, but for family it's a little bit. It leaves something to be desired. All right. So on top of those, this is just a tuition assistance program. On top of that, again, yes, Marines do this as well. The GI Bill, another $140,000 in tuition, books, and fees. Okay, so now if you work both of these scholarships, now you're upwards of about $300,000 like I was talking about earlier today. Okay, so there are definitely programs